Canelo Alvarez ups the price from $150 to $200 million to a flat out $200 million at least in order to fight David Benavidez over Edgar Berlanga. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Canelo's past fight this weekend. But before we do all that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. Now first, breaking down the fight that took place this past weekend. Now I see everybody on the internet just giving Canelo all of these praises. Man, you see Canelo back, man. Can't nobody beat this version of Canelo. Now, what I saw when I was watching the fight is I seen him get in the ring with Jaime Munguia, a fighter that I've watched his whole career. Jaime Munguia, I've seen him on several different occasions get gift decisions in fights that he clearly lost. I've seen Jaime Munguia get hurt against fighters that are nowhere supposed to be on the level of a Canelo Alvarez. I've seen him get hurt by B and C class fighters before. So Jaime Munguia is a fighter that ain't never stepped up in competition and really fought no dogs, even though he got 40-something fights. So with all that being said, he was handpicked as somebody that Canelo was supposed to go in there and pretty much have his way with. Now, what I saw from the first round to the third round is Jaime Munguia came in there with an excellent game plan that you could tell that him and his coach, Freddie Roach, had worked on. Jaime Munguia was sticking the jab in Canelo's face, using his length, using the little movement that he does have. And when Canelo was coming forward, he was, stopping Canelo in his tracks with the jab and then following that up with combination punches. We know that Canelo usually don't let his hands go a lot, and Canelo has to be in a certain range to be comfortable. Canelo have problems against fighters that are rangy with a good jab. And so Jaime Munguia was using that to his advantage in the first 3 rounds, and it was working perfectly for him. But after the third round, Jaime Munguia did exactly what I knew he was going to do. He went back to his way of fighting, standing toe-to-toe right there in front of you and banging it out. And that gave Canelo Alvarez a chance to fight how he likes to fight. Canelo is too smart to let somebody just stand right in front of them with no head movement, no footwork, and just bang it out and throw punches. Jaime Munguia is slow, so Canelo seen all of that shit coming, and Canelo starts sitting in the pocket with Jaime Munguia. He was still getting caught with a lot of punches, but, he was rolling a lot of the punches. He was parrying a lot of the punches, catching and shooting. And, that's where he got a chance to land the big, huge shots on Jaime. And with Jaime Munguia standing right in front of Canelo, letting Canelo be able to fight his fight, Canelo caught him, knocked him down. And then from there on, Jaime, he eventually recovered and he eventually went back after Canelo. But he was fighting a toe-to-toe fight with Canelo, and he stopped fighting his game plan. When he was fighting his game plan, he was having success. You cannot fight Canelo the way that Jaime Munguia was trying to fight Canelo, standing right in front of him. He's too smart for that, and he's going to pick you off all night long if you don't have the speed to be able to fight like that. And Jaime Munguia don't have the speed, so Canelo saw those punches coming from a mile away, so he was able to, like I said, parry a lot of those punches, slip the punches, and then counter Munguia. And that's how Canelo wants to fight. Canelo don't want to have to deal with a long jab in his face and combinations and all of that. Jaime Munguia just went away from the game plan that was working for him and allowed Canelo to fight his fight. So, Canelo won the fight. It was still a difficult fight for Canelo. You got people running around saying that Canelo pitched the shutout. Cap. Canelo didn't impress me in that fight with Jaime Munguia at all. Like I said, Munguia was somebody that Canelo was supposed to go in there and destroy. Now, I believe it was like round 11. I did see Canelo catch Munguia with a shot. It hurt him, and it looked like that Canelo held him up to keep from knocking him out. I saw a couple times in that fight that Canelo could have put his foot on the gas and pretty much got Munguia out of there. But I don't know, he didn't. Like I said, Canelo is not a high volume puncher, so he liked to fight in spurts. But all in all, he went in there and he did what he was supposed to do. He got the win, but he didn't win by a large margin in my eyes. Now, I do got to go back and watch the fight because I only watched it one time, and I always like to do my film study and break down each round and score each round. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this whole video. We all know that Canelo Alvarez should be fighting David Benavidez. David Benavidez, the number one guy, been in a position to fight Canelo Alvarez for the last 3 years. Canelo Alvarez continues to duck David Benavidez. Now, David Benavidez was at the fight. And of course, everybody afterwards is going to ask Canelo Alvarez about fighting David Benavidez. Now, this is what Canelo had to say about fighting David Benavidez.
It's a little bit more respectful. Instead of like talking trash, would that help a little bit in making a fight? Instead of like saying like buy it, buy something.
200 million.
200 million still? It's still 200 million?
No más.
Now, right off the rip, I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing. This whole ass activity by a lot of these media dudes, this shit gotta stop, because one thing I'm noticing when it comes to these big name fighters like Canelo Alvarez, these media dudes, they want to cater to Canelo, right? They're afraid to ask him certain shit. They're afraid to keep it real with him because they're afraid to get their media credential taken, or they're afraid that they're going to be denied and shut down from asking Canelo any questions in the future. So they try to cater to Canelo. And you heard this dude talking about, oh man, if Benavidez could be more respectful with asking you for a fight, would that, make you want to fight him more? Like, shut up, dude. What is you talking about? More respectful. What is David Benavidez supposed to do after waiting over 3 years? Sir, Canelo, I would really love a fight with you. Would you please fight me, Canelo? Like, man, y'all need to stop faking the funk. Y'all see, just like everybody else do, that Canelo Alvarez is scared to death to get in the ring with David Benavidez because he does not believe that he can beat him. Straight up and down. F all that media shit, man. Just keep it real with these fighters. If they get mad and get sensitive about it, so effing what? And then y'all sit there and let this man say, 200 million? Without asking him, like, come on, Canelo, you got to be real about the situation. You just fought Jaime Munguia and you ain't make no more than 35 million. So why are you asking for $200 million to fight David Benavidez? Make it make sense. You clearly flat out ducking the man. You know what I'm saying? Now, first it was 150 to 200 million. Now it's a flat out to at least 200 million for him to fight David Benavidez. But don't nobody in the media want to call Canelo out for ducking David Benavidez. All of them are in cahoots. They're trying to make narratives like, oh man, Canelo, he'll fight David Benavidez. They're gonna come up with the money. Canelo, and just like his whole ass fans, oh, David needs to move up. What kind of shit is that? That shows how afraid y'all are of David Benavidez. Also, y'all don't want to see Canelo get his ass whooped. Instead, Edgar Berlanga, he got into it with Caleb Plant, and he claims that basically, he already knows that him and Canelo are fighting next in September. And I got the same fans that was shitting on David Benavidez for wanting his shot. They're running around now trying to pretend like Edgar Berlanga and Canelo Alvarez is a good fight. Edgar Berlanga is a C-level fighter, and y'all know he a C-level fighter. What is y'all talking about? So what we seeing now is Canelo Alvarez, he's trying to milk the game and take the easy fights with fighters that he know he can beat, and his fans are backing it up. It's only the real Mexican fans that's telling him, nah, we want you to fight David Benavidez. And this is the bullshit that boxing has come down to today. You got all of these fanboys, obsessed maniac fans, these grown-ass men that obsessed with these fighters. They just afraid for them. They protecting them. And none of them keep it real today. Who the hell has Edgar Berlanga fought or beat for him to deserve a fight with Canelo Alvarez? On the other end, David Benavidez is wrecking everybody that Canelo didn't want to fight, or Canelo told him to go fight and he'll fight him. And you got these punk ass media dudes talking about, oh man, if he was more respectful. Like, what type of shit is this? This is boxing. You know what I'm saying? The best are supposed to fight the best, but you let Canelo tell you, oh, pay me $200 million or I'm not going to fight him. I do what I want to do. Man, a lot of that shit on Canelo Alvarez's resume, for the ones that know, that really know, is all smoke and mirrors and bullshit. So we're about to see Canelo fight Edgar Berlanga in September, when Edgar Berlanga, he can't beat Terrence Crawford, he can't beat David Benavidez, he can't beat David Morrell, he can't beat Caleb Plant, he can't beat none of them dudes. But y'all so-called fans are cheering for this? Y'all pushing for this? Y'all okaying this bullshit? Yeah, man, this is a black eye of boxing. Canelo Alvarez is a black eye of boxing, but people believe it because today it's a popularity contest in boxing, you know. But anyway, man, don't be surprised if y'all see what Edgar Berlanga said that everybody was gonna see in September is Edgar Berlanga versus Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo is not gonna fight David Benavidez. He knows that nobody is gonna pay him $200 million. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.
High definition popping, flipping out the armrest. See, I'm a rider, dipping in the Cadillac. Just got it fitted on some shit I need a ladder for.